fragile calm along Israel's northern border has shattered. Rocket and drone fire resumes into Israel from southern Lebanon, and this time the implications are explosive. The Israel Defense Forces say one rocket launched from Lebanon was intercepted over northern Israel. Several others were allowed to fall in open areas in line with military policy. No casualties, no immediate damage. But this was no routine exchange. Hebrew language media reports say the IDF has confirmed that Hezbollah was behind the rocket fire. If accurate, it would mark the first time the Iran-backed group has attacked Israel since the U.S. brokered ceasefire came into effect in November 2024. Separately, Hezbollah has also now acknowledged its role in the attack. It would also mark Hezbollah's first direct involvement alongside Iran in the current confrontation with Israel, following the killing of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, in a joint U.S.-Israeli strike. Sirens have continued to sound near the Lebanon border, warning residents not only of rocket fire, but also of suspected drone infiltrations. The message from the north is unmistakable. The quiet is over. Hezbollah issued a statement pledging to fulfill what it called its duty in confronting aggression. The group offered condolences for Khamenei, who was killed along with other Iranian leaders in the weekend strike on Iran. It described the attack as the height of criminality and vowed to not abandon what it called the field of honor and resistance. The group also claimed it targeted an Israeli missile defense site near Haifa using precision missiles and drones, describing the action as revenge for Khamenei's killing and a response to Israeli operations in Lebanon. Hezbollah warned Israel to halt its operations and withdraw from Lebanese areas or face continued attacks. The Israeli Defense Forces responded swiftly. In an official statement, the IDF confirmed it has begun striking Hezbollah targets across Lebanon. It said the strikes are in direct response to projectile fire toward Israeli territory and civilians. The military accused Hezbollah of operating on behalf of the Iranian regime and of opening fire against the State of Israel. The IDF declared it would not allow the organization to pose a threat to northern communities and said it would respond forcefully to any escalation. Israeli forces say troops have long prepared for such a scenario under Operation Roaring Lion. The military stressed it is ready for an all-fronts confrontation and capable of combating any threat against the State of Israel. The warning is clear. Israel is prepared not only for border exchanges, but for a wider regional escalation. The Chief of the General Staff, Lieutenant General Eyal Zamir, conducted an urgent situational assessment following projectile fire launched from Lebanon. Zamir placed direct responsibility for the escalation on Hezbollah. Israeli northern border stands on a knife's edge. A ceasefire that held since November 2024 now faces its most serious test. With Hezbollah entering the fray following Iran's leadership strike, the risk of a broader regional war has sharply increased. For now, rockets have fallen in open fields, but the strategic impact may reach far beyond them. Iranian missile strikes on Tel Aviv damaged at least 40 buildings, forcing more than 200 residents to evacuate their homes and take shelter in 3 hotels, Israeli daily Haaretz reported, citing the city municipality. The strikes came as part of Iran's sweeping retaliation for the killing of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in a joint U.S.-Israeli attack. However, there are no reports of direct impacts in residential areas from the latest missile salvo. The IDF Home Front Command said civilians in most areas where sirens sounded can now leave bomb shelters but should remain close to them. Iran confirmed Khamenei's death, saying the 86-year-old was killed in an Israeli-American airstrike on his Tehran office on Saturday.
Iranian state television said he died at the forefront of his responsibilities, confronting what officials call global arrogance. The government declared 40 days of national mourning and a 7-day public holiday.
The honorable and dignified people of Iran, it is with profound sorrow and regret that we announce that following the savage attack by the criminal government of the United States and the accursed Zionist regime, His Eminence, the Grand Ayatollah Imam Khamenei, the revered supreme leader of the Islamic Revolution, the paragon of faith, jihad, and steadfast resistance, has achieved the great honor of martyrdom.
As news spread, reactions were sharply divided. Some residents in Tehran were seen celebrating from rooftops, cheering, blowing whistles. Elsewhere, mourners raised a black flag over the Imam Reza Shrine in Mashhad, Iran's second-largest city and a key Shia pilgrimage site. Reports said several of Khamenei's relatives were also killed, including a daughter, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, and a grandchild. Tehran's response was swift and furious. The Revolutionary Guard warned of its most intense offensive operation yet, targeting Israeli and American bases. Parliamentary Speaker Mohammad Bagher Kalibath said in a televised address, "You have crossed our red line and must pay the price. We will deliver such devastating blows that you yourselves will be driven to beg."
We have meticulously prepared ourselves for these critical moments, and we have carefully planned for every conceivable scenario. Furthermore, comprehensive arrangements have even been put in place for the period following the potential martyrdom of our revered and beloved Imam Khamenei. And you will see that with the formation of the Leadership Council, an absolutely unimaginable level of authority and profound cohesion will take shape, not only among all our dedicated officials, but also within our powerful defense forces, and most importantly, throughout the entire populace. Right here, very clearly and explicitly, I tell Trump, Netanyahu, and their agents and operatives, I reiterate, I tell both these two vile criminals and all their agents, you have crossed our red line and you will pay the price for it. We will inflict such devastating and horrific blows upon you that you yourselves will be brought to your knees, begging for mercy. You will very soon realize that these fanciful imaginary delusions of yours will not endure for more than just a few short days.
Senior Iranian official Ali Larijani echoed that threat, posting, "Yesterday, Iran fired missiles at the United States and Israel, and they did hurt. Today, we will hit them with a force that they have never experienced before." Trump did not hold back either. He described Khamenei as one of the most evil people in history and called his death the single greatest chance for the Iranian people to take back their country. But as Iran threatened further escalation, Trump issued a stark warning of his own. Iran just stated that they are going to hit very hard today. They better not do that. If they do, we will hit them with a force that has never been seen before. The conflict has already spread beyond Israeli borders. Iran launched missiles and drones at U.S. military installations in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Qatar.